All right, so out on the farm that Ben got me onto last fall, it was like in the middle of October. So I didn't have time to do any preseason scouting. Just kind of went by, you know, just regular sign trails, everything like that. Um, just real quick, Ben had a couple tree stands up in here, so I did use one of them. Ben had a camera set up last year and the year before down at the end of this hayfield here. There's been always a big scrape in the corner. Seems like at least the home bucks were hitting it. So we got a camera up down there. And then right inside the woods there, most of the deer that were coming out to hit that scrape last year were getting there after dark. So it was generally right after dark. So I went in, followed some trails back in. Found a spot for a stand where I think I may be able to catch something coming out before dark. We got a camera up in there too. Don't have a tree stand up in there yet. Got a tree picked out. I'll show you it again. Put a couple cameras up here, a couple more cameras up here a couple weeks ago. We're going to check them. I'm going to show you those spots and show you where all the stands are going. So this is the front here, hayfield, into the woods. It's a real funky property kind of. It's not that big really, but it hunts big. So there's kind of like two sections because there's like two big fingers that come out and run east-west. And kind of divides the farm for like a north side and a south side of it. And the south end seems to be better, at least last year from what the cameras told me. And from what I've seen, is better in the back once it gets later into October. And this scrape up here kind of becomes obsolete once the rut hits. So, but anyways, I'm gonna take you in the back, show you everything, and we're gonna show you where we're putting up stands this year. I'm gonna be set on this farm. I want to get it all done at least by the end of July, and then stay out of here till season. Let the cameras tell me what, you know. I don't have any cell cams up here yet. But by the end of July I will. And like this spot at the front that I want to see if they're coming out to hit this hayfield at, that camera there is going to be a cell camera. That way I know if they aren't coming through there before dark, then I'm not even going to come in here and bother with it, you know. So we'll just have to wait and see what the cameras tell us, and hopefully I think I can kill a big one up here the first week of October. So I'm going to try. We'll see. All right, so let's go, man. All right, so here's that spot that I'm setting up for the deer coming out to that hayfield, hoping that I get a chance with one early. It just kind of opens up right in here a little bit. Otherwise, it's kind of thick. Just kind of opens up here, but this tree right back here, that's what I'm going to be in up by where it splits. And then I'm going to put a water hole right out in here too. I think I'm going to put it somewhere right out in here. Actually, I'm not going to have it that far from the tree. Maybe right up here just a little bit, but it's going to be fairly close. I like the deer close. And also right here, there's a tree they had a scrape under right here. So we're talking seriously just 10 yards from the tree, and that's where I like them. So I do have a Browning camera right up over here. I'm gonna run up and check it real quick, and then we're gonna head to the back. So there's this main trail here that comes up this hill. From behind this stand here. As it comes up, it just kind of keeps going north here. And I just got my rangefinder out. It's actually 23 yards from the tree. There's another trail that loops around behind the stand here as it drops off this hill. I'm kind of hoping it'll just help me be able to hunt it better and more if being 20 foot up in that tree, and then with the trail hooking along the back bottom and this one going down this hill, I'm right at the top of the hill. If I got a north wind if it'll just shoot straight off of this hill and not loop, not swirl back around, so I could hunt it on a north wind, that would be great. And we're going to find that out. So, but this trail leads up here toward where the camera is. Leads up to this other little open area, which it's a big open area and would be nice to hunt. There's just no nice trees around it. And where I'm at here, there's several trails come together. Like right here, there's another one. This one kind of goes up and goes behind that tree also. And then there's several that come out the other side, on the east side of the tree, that swing out. So that's why I'm going to put the stand there instead of up here. I think I have more opportunity. There's several trails across this way too, east-west. Right here's one of them coming in and out. So we're going to check this camera. See, then there's that open area just right up in here, which if something tells me that I need to be there just from the camera or from being in that stand watching deer, then I'll move the stand over here somewhere. There's not great trees, but if we have to do it, we have to do it. So, all right, man. Well, I'm going to check this Browning trail camera right here, and we're going to get on with it. This trail going down this hill is pretty wore. All right, so I made it like out of the first finger I was telling you about that goes out to the east, or to the west, sorry. And this is how it's divided right here. You can see there's this field here in the middle. You've got this edge here, which is just a whole big piece goes out and goes north. And then this section over here, which just extends out this way, comes back to here, and about right in here, so it goes south. So that section over there seems to be way better for whatever reason. Come the rut, they don't seem to come up here as much for whatever reason. I don't know. I still get pictures of does and a few smaller bucks up here. Every once in a while I get a straggler, but I don't think once it got past into November last year, I don't think I got a buck that I would shoot up here on the north end. So I pretty much stay to the south once it gets that period of time. I'm gonna head over here. Right inside over here, there's actually there's a grass patch in there. It's probably maybe a half acre, maybe a little less. But off the end of that to the east, there's a spot I put a camera up, and I'm going to be putting a stand. I'm going to show you that one. And then on the other side, which would be way down there past the hump here, on the west side of that grass patches, I'm going to be putting a stand in another tree. They're both probably 60 yards or so off of the grass, maybe a little further. But for a south wind, those deer run this north edge of this just inside the woods a little ways all the time on a south wind. Last year, for whatever reason, we had a lot of south winds during the rut. It's perfect. So I'm going to head over here, check this camera, and I'll show you that tree. So this is the grass patch I was talking about. It's inside the woods right here. And it just comes out, swings up through the woods here. It's like right at the ridge top. Actually starts to fall downhill that way to the south. But as this trail comes out here, it actually works. As this trail comes out here, once you get to here, there's actually a few trails that come from this direction past it and go down the hill, and a couple other ones come together from coming up the hill. They all meet like right in here, and we're going to be right in this tree right here. I've got a ladder stand of mine picked out that's tall enough. It's gonna go up there and go back in the middle branch, so we're kind of hid. And this spot right here, actually, if you go back to last year when I had the off limits buck come in on me, the double beam buck, this is where, sorry, got some bugs attacking me. This is where I seen him come from. I actually, just right over here on the hilltop is where I started filming him before he dropped down. I was down below. But this is where he come from, and I actually watched a few different bucks last year do the same thing, and I threw a camera up here, you know, and it was just a great travel path for the rut. But I'm gonna check the camera right over here. It's a trail that comes up from the south here, coming up to the north, that I've never been in here in the spring, so I don't know what it normally looks like, but this trail was not that beat last year, but for whatever reason right now it is very heavily traveled, and there seem to be some good tracks on it. So I threw a camera up on it, so I'm gonna check that. Then I'll take you into that grass patch, and then we're gonna walk across it to the other cameras. So this grass is like nothing special, but it'll be chest high by hunting season. And a lot of times they have a scrape right over here underneath of this tree, which they just use that. They cut across here, work out. Some does will bed in here once the grass is really tall come fall, so they'll come through here looking for them. But then if they hit this scrape, it just leads right on out that trail. I'll see them hit that scrape from that tree over there. So let's head over this way. We're gonna head off this direction up in here, actually about straight through here, and we'll head out about 60 yards. And there's a another spot there. I'm gonna put a stand, possibly a water hole. I don't know which one I want to do. I may put a water hole back here, or I may put it by this one, so we'll see. That's that trail leading over to the other spot that comes out of that grass. There's actually, this one runs east-west. There's actually a trail that runs north-south here too. When you come out of that grass, you can see over there's like a slight dip. It's like a slight ravine here that gets deeper as you go down. Then it tees into the big ravine that runs east-west. And I will have a stand at that tee. I had a lot of good trail cam pictures from there last year. And actually right in here, it was just right out here on this tree, right up over here. Last year, this is where I got my last pictures of the off-limits buck. It was second shotgun, first day, and he was just hanging here. He stayed right here. He was in front of the camera for a long time. And then a bunch of does ran up at one point. And when they ran up, they spooked him and took him with them. And they all went out east. And when that happened, it was probably an hour later or so that he got shot by a neighbor. I don't shotgun hunt, so that's just what I'm going by with the camera. And I was at Ben's house that night, and we seen the neighbor go by with him on his truck. Really wanted to see what that deer was like, gonna be like this year. So, but anyways, I don't have a camera up over here right now, but we're just gonna walk up in here, and we're gonna check out, show you where I'm gonna put the stand, and just show you the area around it here. Hey, we're gonna cut this video off right here. I don't want to make them too long, so there's part 2 coming up. You can click right up here to watch that, or else just go back to the channel when you get time and watch it. So you'll like part 2. A lot of good stuff in it. So if you like what you see, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the fun.